Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Cocktails with Queens. I want to cheers, but do it gently. I don't want to chip the fucking glasses anymore. Alright, so this week's cocktail is the Manhattan Momager.
Of course, honoring Alexis Michelle, who unfortunately, slash kind of fortunately, went home last week. So.
Yeah. I think she did a great run though. Bless her heart, she fucking did that. She earned her spot. Bless her heart.
I'm happy. It was her time to go, I felt. So.
I did too, definitely.
So anyways, this is to you, girl. It tastes delicious. What are your thoughts on it?
I love it. It's just a little bitter, just like Alexis Michelle, but I still love it. It's still great. Here we are, the next to last episode, before the finale.
It's crazy.
It was a good one. The Queens had to perform a remix to RuPaul's Bring It to the Runway, and they all had to sing, record their own part and then lip sync their own part.
My favorite overall was definitely Peppermint.
Mine was too.
Yeah, I just love seeing her up there. She's an amazing performer. That's clearly one of her strongest suits, and
it's the thing that she does best.
Exactly, and it was so that I thought her rap was pretty good. There were parts that I was like, okay.
It was solid.
Yeah, but there were parts I didn't think were the best, but overall it was pretty strong. Mm-hmm. And then once it got down to the basically the wrap up of her verse, where she was out there doing choreography with the dancers, it was amazing. Yeah. It was so simple, and it was that reason that Peppermint has won every lip sync she's been a part of, is because she can perform and she does it.
She just
effortless.
Completely owned the stage.
Yeah.
I honestly, I did not think that she was going to really hold her own in terms of the look and everything, because the whole season I don't think that she's really been that consistently good. Yeah. But she made sure that we knew that she was supposed to be there, and she was, by far.
Agreed. I also love the way Sasha entered onto the runway, all kind of creepy, from her corner. Yeah. It was so fun.
That was my favorite part of the whole fucking performance, honestly. I just thought that, not for all of them, of all of them, I think that was, my favorite, because that was so unexpected. It was so just off the wall, and it just really resonated with me and who she is as a performer. I thought it was really good.
It was cute. I really liked it.
Her whole performance I didn't think was that great. I thought that it kind of flatlined for me. I didn't think it had a real her coming up off the stage was my favorite part of hers too. It was the kind of the height of it, and it was consistently good for the whole thing, but there wasn't anything else of it that I really thought was great.
Sure. I'm jumping to Shay. I enjoyed hers overall, but I was kind of, underwhelmed. I think she focused too much on the rap, because she squeezed so much into it that there weren't points that were really highlighted for me. It was just I'm rapping as fast as I can to show that I'm doing that compared to the other girls. But there weren't any stand-up moments in the rap, so I didn't enjoy listening to that.
I felt like hers and Sasha's were the same for me. I felt the same sort of about them. It wasn't the best performance, but it was definitely safe.
But then her dancing too was pretty good, but still, even though she did so much more than Peppermint, to me it didn't outshine what Peppermint did with the dancing. Peppermint took the crown, I felt, for the dancing won that challenge. So,
right.
That's how I felt about Shay.
And Trinity's, I just have to say, her performance, it was okay, but maybe I feel I didn't even pay attention to it as much as I should have, because I was so fucking distracted by her body, and not necessarily in a good way. I'm okay. If you want to do plastic surgery, that's your thing and everything. But I was just gagged by how womanly it looked. I was just so distracted by that, because this, I feel is the first time we've seen so little on her.
Yeah, she did show a lot.
The rainbow look was the next one, but then it still kind of hid some of it a little bit. But this was basically
a thong with strips of fabric.
Yeah, it was there was no hiding anything. It was very clear that no padding was involved, and I was just gagged.
Her performance, I felt she was not very confident in her performance overall. She didn't seem like she was confident recording it, writing it, or performing it at that point. So
yeah,
I felt she was the weakest of the four performance-wise overall, and she's generally a pretty strong performer.
Yeah. And then we got to the runway. I was happy they did a separate runway instead of just the...
It was double runway for us.
I didn't necessarily have a favorite. I thought they were all pretty good. But Sasha's was my favorite of them. Only because, if nothing else, it was like it was referencing her performance look. It had that big, like, flowery looking bow thing on it, like her performance look did. And she always does that where she, like, threads something throughout the entire, like, episode or challenge.
That's true.
And I love that she continued that even for this, like, that continuity. I thought that was really great. I also really liked Peppermint's. I love the ball gown, like the big, sort of, just huge, like, ball length, or ball gown look.
Ball length.
I know, right?
I have to jump to Sasha really quick. I also liked her look a lot on her pre-finale runway, essentially. It was like the inverse of what her walk-in look was, if you didn't notice that. It was like the pink version with like a little adjustments to what her black one was when she first came in the room, with a crown, with like the beaded dress. I really appreciate that.
I like the crown more,
and that's
too.
like you said, tying in those elements to to it all, and really branding herself through her looks, and I loved it. I also liked Peppermint's. It was a little. I like the silhouette, like you said, the bottom of the ball gown. I thought it was a little basic what we had going on with it. I love from here up and like from here down. So like the midsection, I was kind of like with, but overall, I liked hers too.
Any other noteworthy runways for you?
I'll just jump to them real quick. Shay's, I was obsessed with. Super fashion. I think it's one of the most high fashion things we've seen on the runway so far. This season, and I thought it was beautiful. Trinity is also beautiful. Not completely my aesthetic, but I definitely appreciated it, and I thought she looked great too.
I don't. What do you mean you thought that Shay was one of the most high fashion looks?
I don't know. I mean, I was obsessed with like the detailing of like the outfit. There was the beading. She referenced Balmain, which it certainly looked like a recreation of one of their looks, because they're always like a lot of detail, a lot going on, but still like a cohesion in a sense. It's never too busy.
I thought it was like a solid look, but I just wasn't that impressed with it. You're definitely clocking things that I didn't. I didn't even know.
To me, it looked expensive.
It did look very expensive, definitely. I didn't even know who she was referencing though, so that's a thing.
And then we got to the group lip sync where we were, freaking out because someone's obviously going to be eliminated. They do the number. RuPaul, You Work It Well was their lip sync song this episode.
You wear it well.
You wear it well. Oh my god, I work it wrong and wear it wrong. But, anyway, so the four of them had a lip sync up there.
I thought Sasha and Peppermint had
crazy.
the strongest lip syncs myself.
Yeah, I agree, but they were all pretty close though. I was like shaking on my knickers. I'm like, who's we gonna eliminate? At that point, I didn't see anybody go. I really didn't.
Yeah, they've all worked so hard, and they all really deserve that top 3 spot. And apparently, RuPaul felt that too.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Ru did feel that because she decided to keep all 4 of them, which I'm not sure that's happened before.
It's never happened, no.
Yeah, so I don't think it had.
It's all twists. She's always got those twists.
She does. Got to keep them guessing.
And I think it was so deserved because they all really did like work their asses off to get there. If anybody who had any low moments like clawed their way back to the top at least at some point, some of them never even ended up in the bottom.
True.
They just all really earned that spot, and I'm happy that we didn't have to say goodbye to anyone yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I'm really interested to see how it's going to go with the actual finale.
The finale, yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
Oh my gosh. Honestly,
let's do who we think is going to win and who we want to win.
Well, they're kind of two in the same for me because, I mean, honestly, all these girls, I would not have a major issue with any of them winning. They're all winners here.
Right.
But I really wouldn't have a huge issue. I really have grown to really love them all. I have my favorites, but I think it's going to come down between the two. I think it's going to be Shay or Sasha. I can't decide who Ru likes more. I think it's going to be one of those two.
And who do you want to win?
I would want Shay to win.
Gotcha. All right. So I think that Trinity is going to win. I do. I think that she has shown just enough of like fragility, like where she's like been in the bottom. She's like, she's been consistently the most she's had the highest average. I like that phrase from that one time. I think you said that. She's had the highest average every episode. I think that I'm not saying I want her to win because that's not who I want to win, but I do think that she is going to. We'll see. She just got that. I just have that hunch. But who I want to win is Sasha. I just don't feel like she's delivered enough. At every episode, I feel like her average has been lower consistently.
I mean, she's the only one to have not lip synced for her life.
I get that, yeah.
That adds up to the average a lot.
She's also the only one that didn't win a challenge. She won with Shay, but she's never won a challenge on her own.
That's all she's won.
Huh?
That's all she's won?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that because she's such a winner.
Yeah. But Shay's won on her own.
Yeah,
Trinity's won on her own.
Yeah.
Peppermint's won on her own.
You're right. I guess I just never realized that. Wow, that's surprising. Huh.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. Who knows what the fuck Rue's got up her fucking wig this time.
No.
But those are my thoughts. Those are your thoughts.
And regardless, they're all going to be superstars making bank after this anyways.
Right. I think Trixie and Katya always say on their show, like, the real drag race starts after the show. And that's so true. It really is. It's just what you make of your little following you've acquired.
Right.
Speaking of little following, if you enjoy this episode and would like to see more of our Cocktails with Queens videos in the future, or enjoy artsy videos because we do a lot of those, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment below of your thoughts of who your top 3 are and who you want to win and all that stuff.
Signing off on another fabulous episode of
Cocktails
with Queens.
Queens.
Cocktails out of sync.